excited you're here. If you're new, I'm excited you're here, really. And please like and subscribe and click that notification bell so that you get notified. I'm on here one day a week, only Sunday. That's all I got, girls. So look at this. This is such a beautiful look. Wayne Goss is amazing. And I'll kind of put a little picture here of him right here of what we did. And this is an old technique that he did. I just enjoy it. I found it again. I shared it with my ladies on my Facebook page, and I'm like, wow, this is incredible. I gotta share it. I gotta share it. And so it works so well for me, and I love the colors that I chose. Now, the colors that I chose you cannot get, but you probably have some because they are retired eyeshadows, but I bet you have some of these colors, and you can kind of create your own look if you want to. You don't have to use exactly brown, but it is absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to know how to get this look, just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to try to be up close and personal with you so you can hear me, because that little microphone that I bought did not work. And I've got to figure out some other way for that. So I'm going to try to be up close, but I'm going to use this right here first. Now, this was not part of Wayne's tutorial. This is what Lisser likes to do. And this is our concealer, Younique's new concealer. It's in the color Velour. And it's so pretty on. And I want to show you how it brightens up. You see the discoloration on my eyes. First of all, let's put on eye primer, because you are going to have eye primer. Or I recommend you have eye primer. I'm going to use Younique's, of course. You can use any eye primer that you wish, because I don't expect you to go out and get a bunch of new things when you already have stuff that works for you, okay? But if you would like to check it out, you can. Not a big deal. I just want you to be more about the technique. So I am applying the eye primer to my eyes. Now we are going to set this with, I always set it with It's by Pores powder, light translucent powder. But with the first thing we're going to do after putting on the eye primer, because it does have to set. You want it to set for a few minutes. I'm going to use this Japanese, is it Japanese or Japanese? It's an eye detailer brush, and I'll try to find it and link that for you too. But this has a pretty big doe foot applicator. So what I do is I take the end of this and take just a tiny bit. That way you don't get too much, because you don't need that much. And what we're going to do, let me get my mirror right. We are going to line right underneath the eye, like that. And we are going to bring it down into this area here just a bit. I love it because it lightens up your eyes. Watch how perfect this is. I'm going to do this eye. I'm going to do everything on this eye. I am going to go ahead and add this to my other eye too, but I want to do one eye for you, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end with both eyes done. There we go. Now a little bit more, and you're going to bring this right down. See that little darkness that I have right there? I don't know if that can be filled in or what. I bet it would be painful if you put a needle there, girl. I don't know about that. But I do love to fill it in so it's not quite so prominent. You see the difference? That's why I do this. And maybe it'll work for you too. Take your fingers, pop it right in there with your fingers. Be really light. Make sure you use your ring finger, because it is the one with the least amount of pressure in your hand. So you're not going to like pull on your skin. You're just tapping and spreading this out. And I do bring it up onto my lid just a little bit. Look at the difference. Can you see the difference? It really opens up your eyes. So he did not do this, and I think it's very important for us as we age to try to incorporate some kind of light for our eyes. I mean, look at that. It's already opened up my eyes so much. So make sure whatever concealer that you have that you love, if you want to try this one, that's great too. You can. It comes in 20 different shades, so you might can find the one you need, or I can help you with that. All right, so we're going to go, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how he does this and where he starts. And I'll systematically go through it. It worked great for me. I did it this week in my my beauty group on on Facebook, and it was just incredible when I got through with it. The ladies are all going to try it. So let me grab my brow liner. Okay, so we're ready. I'm going to set both of these eyes. I'm going to set this one with my It's. I put it in the lid and just lightly dust over my eye to set the concealer that I just put on there. I didn't do it on this other side, so, but I am going to go ahead and set what little eye primer that I put there. And then I'll finish up that eye later, because I want you to see the difference in the two eyes. Now look at my eyes. They are hooded. I'll look straight on at you, okay? I don't, my crease is way, way, way down here, and I have a lot more lid space here. This eye over here has more of the loose skin. So like if I try to pull it out, you know, it comes back. It's not very taut anymore. It's got a lot of wrinkles right in this area, especially underneath here. It's just aging. I'm 58, so I'm going to have some. But, you know, I'm embracing them. I am. But you need your liner. And I have my liner. Here it is. I love this. This is my favorite eyebrow liner. It is in the color medium, which is, I go with kind of typically what my hair is. Really, that's the color of my hair, I promise. It's not really blonde. But I like being a blonde, you know, I do. So what he said was, here's the tail of your brow. You're not going to drag this line all the way out. You're going to keep it very soft. There is what he said to do. And you're going to start here at the beginning, and you're going to draw a line right underneath, just like this. And I'm going to kind of flick it upward right here in the inner part. And really make sure you have a spoolie. That's what I love about this. It has a spoolie on the end. And so draw your line just like that. And then stop about right in there. See, my tail comes out to about right here, honestly. So he said it was best to put all the color here. And then you take your spoolie and you comb through it, because you want a natural brow. That's what I want to. And you're going to take it, and whatever color is, you know, you're dragging the color out so that it kind of fades out and doesn't really stand out. Does that make sense? I think that's what he said. See that? So it's really soft, and that's what we want. You don't want anything harsh. And then we're going to come back and do it one more time. I'm going to make sure that I have it just perfect for you. Here we go. Now, perfect. So our next step that we're going to do, we're going to do the eyeliner. So I'm going to use the color, not black. I don't want to use black. I'm going to use the color Proper. So let me grab Proper really quickly. Okay, so this is the color Proper. It is a chocolate brown. You could use a taupe color if you wish, depending on your skin tone. I'm going to use a brown. I think black is too harsh. So I think a color like this, which is a chocolate kind of brown, is perfect. You see that? It's beautiful. And these go on just like butter. And his first reference points that he talked about was this corner. This is where all our loose skin is. And this is probably the most important step that you can do. And you have to start with this. You have to start. You have to follow his rules. That's what I told myself. Follow his rules. Of course, I did add all of that, and I didn't follow those rules, but I'm pretty much going to follow his rule. Start here in the corner and draw your line. And I'm going to try to not talk while I do this, because I have to concentrate, because I don't want to get too much. But you do have to draw the line. He drew it all the way over. So, which is something I'm not used to doing. But with this technique, it really does need to be done that way. But you can come back if you feel like the line is, and this is what, he didn't say that. This is my tip. If you feel like the line is too dark, you can come back with, you know, like a brush or something and kind of buff it out a little bit. But I pretty much stayed true to what he said do. Now I'm going to bring it in that corner. See that corner right there? My corner is getting dark. So it's very, very, very important to keep it in that corner. And he said it could be a chubby pencil or whatever that you have that you like. Okay, so see that? So here you see my corner right there. It's pretty defined. So then the next step, that's our first reference point. Now we're going to head on to the second reference point, which is adding mascara. All right, so then we're going to take and curl the lashes. And I always kind of pump mine like 10 times maybe. And there you go. Your lashes are going up. The whole point is to get the lashes. So you have the reference point here, and then our lashes is going to be the second reference point. Why? Because you want to get your lashes going up at an angle, okay? That was my take on what he did. And you don't put a whole lot. You're just lightly touching the lashes with the mascara just to get a reference point of where your lashes go straight up. It's going to help you when you have to get this tissue that you're going to use. He used something a shadow shield, I think that's what he called it, but I just used a paper towel. So I'm going to show you how to use the paper towel real quickly, and then we're going to highlight just a bit. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to take something called Benevolent. You can take whatever you wish, a lighter color. This is a luminizer. It's beautiful. Let me grab a little flat brush. It's Jaclyn Hill brush. I'll link it below. She has some great brushes. So he said highlight the inner corner, which I did already, but we're also going to highlight it with this, okay? Keep that inner corner light. And then I take this and I go just like that. And we're going to highlight just slightly under the brow, only in that little area right up there, just to give it a little bit of lift. That's the whole point in this. This is supposed to give you a beautiful lift without all the work. Like I said, I use a napkin, or this is a piece of a paper towel. Now you can see that I have used this side. So all you do is fold it like this, and instead of folding it this way, I'm going to fold it this way so that it's clean for you and you're not looking at my old dirty mess that I have used before. So the basic premise of this is there's my lashes going up. Our first reference point is there. Our first one is here. This is our second. See my lashes going up right there? So in order for this to work, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to place this directly on the line there with the shadow, and then take it right up to where that tail ends. So there you go. And we're going to hold this really tight, just like that. So we have all of this to work with. So I'm going to use a deluxe brush because I feel like this brush will give me a little bit more, I think I can work better with it at placement and color. And so the color I'm going to use is Gullible, this color here. So typically you're going to use a color like a transition color. That's what I recommend you do, either 1 or 2 shades darker than your skin. This one is perfect. This is like the perfect, it's like a nutmeg color. I'm going to take a little bit on my brush, tap it off on my hand, and we are going to place this right in this area right here. We're going to pop this color in, and then we're going to come right above wherever your crease is. I'm coming up above my crease, back and forth motions. I'm going to bring it in just a little more than I normally do. I want you to see how beautiful this is. Now this is going to be a wash of color, and we're going to add a pop of color too. He added a pop of color, so I was intrigued by what he did. So I did the same thing he did. I used my own colors, but pretty much his is beautiful. When he got done with his, I was so impressed. I'm like, I have got to try this. I have got to share it if it works, and it's been working for me. I've done it a few times with some other colors, and now you're going to wash this right across the top of your lid. And I'm just kind of blending, and we are going to blend out the edges, okay? We're going to blend all this out. So if you're thinking I'm going to have a sharp edge, you will. You're supposed to out on this corner. And I'm going to pop a little bit more of the color here because I really want a good payoff over in this corner. I want it to be sharp enough to cut butter, right? Yes. There we go. And then I'm going to come back and add some powder up in this area, and we're going to blend up into it. We'll finish it up. I'll show you how I did it. He did things a little differently. I'm going to grab just a tad more of this color and put it right down. I'm not coming all the way down, but we are going to cover up most of the lid. And I'm just going to leave the light right there in the corner. Do you see that? Now pull this off, and look at that. That is incredible. And yes, it's a sharp line there, but we're not going to leave it that way. Now let's blend it out. I'm going to use, this is my favorite brush, y'all. It is. It's my favorite brush. This is I think it's number 105. I think. Oh, but it's a great. It's cosmetics. I'm so funny. I know it. I'm from the South. I have no brain. And most of the time, scatterbrained that I am. But I want you to make sure that you do not blend it out this way. Do not go out this way. Always blend it inward, because we want to keep that sharp edge. And, well, we don't want to keep the sharp edge, but we want to keep that line right there going up. We do not need for it to go out anymore. Can you see the difference in my eyes? How much more lifted this side is than this side? I was so excited to find this trick again. I used to do this, and you know how you just start doing your own thing and then you forget about the tried and true things that really did work for you? Yeah, it's a little more work to have to use this. You could use tape, I guess. I don't like putting tape on my face, so I would not do that. But if you like the tape, you could definitely do the same technique with the tape. Now, however, he did use a cloth type thing, but it was shaped just like this. So I made my own out of that napkin. But just do circular motions and blend this out. I love it. Now we're going to add my other colors. Ooh, this is going to be fun. So in his video, he used a beautiful red color. Now I'm going to use manipulative. This is a copper. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you have something that way, this one is not available anymore, but I love it. It was beautiful, and I love the red. Now he used a matte color. Now I'm going to use a shimmer. You can do what you want to with your eyes. You know your eyes best. So I'm going to use this shader liner brush, and I'm going to take this beautiful color. Watch how this changes. It's so darn pretty. I did it the other day. I've done it like 2 or 3 times now since, but I've used different colors. But I really like this one the best. I think it's gorgeous. This would be really pretty for Christmas. So if you haven't figured out a Christmas eye for you yet, because this is December 2020 right now. Now I'm going to place this across my whole lid. And you can definitely come back and darken that corner if you want to. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Oh gosh, it's so pretty. I'm going to tap just a little more. And I'm bringing it only onto the lid. And I'm taking it up to what is my natural crease so that you can see it. Oh gosh, it's pretty. So darn pretty. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Isn't that gorgeous? And look at my eyes now. Oh my goodness. This is one of the best eye looks I have put together in a long time. So thanks to Wayne Goss, because I always say he's a genius. I really do think that. Honestly, I do. And then the only other thing that he did was he took another lighter color. This is the color Gentle. This is one of my favorite colors too. Younique had, and these colors are retired. So I'm taking, you can see which side I use. I'm going to take this side, and I'm going to take a little bit of Gentle. Gentle is so pretty. And I'm going to pop it right above my pupil, right here. And don't worry, we're going to blend this out. This really does help your lid stand out a little more, especially if you have some hooded eyes. Now, you can use all mattes. You do not have to use shimmers. However, I think it would be really pretty to pop just a little bit of shimmer right there in the center. If you wanted to use like a different color than I did, like manipulative, that's shiny, use something that's matte. And then add just a pop of light right here. It could be anything. You could use a lighter matte color if you want to there. If you want to keep it all matte, that's perfectly fine. It's the technique that we're after here, and this is exactly what he did. And then he came back and he blended, let me wipe this off. He came back and he did blend softly through here. And I'll link his video below so you can have fun watching him too, because he is like so much fun to watch. He's more fun to watch than me. But isn't that pretty? Now we're going to finish this up with a little bit. I'm going to come back under and we're going to tight line just a little bit. We're going to finish it up with mascara. Okay, so one thing I want to do that's my own in this is I love to use my Velour Pressed Powder Foundation, and in the color Velour, and you can pop a little of this here. I think it's so pretty. It kind of softens that area. It doesn't make it look so bright and white. So I love how that gives it kind of a diffused look, and it will soften those edges where we had the color Gullible. Now I am going to come back and grab this brush here, and we're going to take Gullible again, and I'm just going to lightly diffuse and kind of blend this color into that velour that I just added. You see how pretty that is? And then I am going to come back. You're not going to do much. I am so light-handed. Just remember, when you're working and you want to hold the brush back here on the end, this is the least amount of pressure. If you come way up here, you're going to get too heavy-handed and you're going to mess it up. I've done that. You don't want to do that. Now, I'm going to take my my brush that I just applied the velour with. I'm going to hold it, and we are just going to lightly blend out that edge. Now, he didn't do this. Okay, your eyes, everybody's eyes are different. So you really have to just play with it and see which technique is good for you. But I like doing that. It makes it, it softens it, and it looks like it just seamlessly flows into each other. If you want to go back and darken that area with Gullible out in the corner, you can. Just a tad if you wish. If you want just to be a little bit darker in this area. My skin moves so bad, y'all. It does. I just got the movingest skin ever. It's hard aging, ain't it? It's like yesterday you were 30. And today you're 58. And you go, what happened? Yeah, that's the way I feel. Now you're going to come back and use your mascara. I'm going to use 4D, which is my favorite mascara ever. And I do love the Twisted. The Twisted is great. I like that little bitty tiny brush. That one has two brushes, actually, the Twisted mascara. But this one has little Y-shaped fibers in it. And let me just say, your lashes will love this. I'll link everything I'm using. So no worries. So if you want to try this mascara, try it. There's nothing wrong with trying something. Oh my goodness. Look how pretty. Look at that. Oh, mascara just brings everything together. It really does. Pretty. All right, so what do you think? You think you're going to try this? I hope so. Put it in the comments if you think you would try this. Maybe you've watched this video of Wayne's before. I'm just telling you, he's a genius. And it's so funny how much I've learned from him. It really is. Now, the only other thing that he did do, and I'm going to do it too, is tightline. You don't have to tightline. I'm not going to tightline the top. And the cool thing about it is the only time we used the liner was right underneath here. That's it. But I can come back and use that same liner, and I can tightline here. And he did do that. He said he likes to give it a more smoky look. And yes, it does make your eye a little smaller, but I love the lift. Look at that. This is a sad eye. This is a happy eye. Look at that. It's amazing. So I'm hoping you'll try this technique. I really do. So I'm gonna go finish this other eye, and then we'll come back and you can see the total finished look. All right, this is the finished look. Don't you? Oh my gosh. I have much more lifted eyes. I love this technique. There are 2 reference points. Remember, I will link Wayne's video below so that you can go watch him and be entertained as well, because he is so good, y'all. He is so good. He gives us such good tips. Look at that. Much more lifted. I love it. So gosh, what do you think? Do you think you're going to try it? I hope you do. I hope you do. And I hope it works for you. I think it will, though. It's such a simple thing. And if you only want to use 1 color or 2 colors, then, you don't have to add the red and you don't have to do the pop there. You could just simply do the brown and simply use some kind of illuminator right here in the corner, and you're done, girl. You don't even have to do the rest of the stuff that I did. I was just trying to be like him. That's all. I was trying to be like Wayne. All right. I appreciate you watching and popping in here on Sundays. I hope you learned something, and I hope I bring something of value to you. I really do. It's important to me to do that. It's hard aging enough, but if we age together, we can get through this together, right? Yes, we can. We've made it through 2020, so hey, kudos to us for that, right? All right, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you back here on next Sunday. See you then. Bye.